That was a tiny little crack. Good evening.
That was like a pop.
We got a pop in here. Good evening, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we begin the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the U.S. and how these countries continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Semiahmoo, Katsi, Coquitlam, Kwantlen, Coquite, Secwepemc, Swasan, Cheyenne, Ute, Lepanapatche, Muskogee, Cherokee, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlene Bear. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I am back playing Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hello, everyone. My name is CasperDaNBGhost, and I am playing... Oh, my pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Belgium Jerry, whose pronouns are fight me.
Hello, my name is Katrina Teitz, but you can call me Kat. My pronouns are she, they, but I'm comfortable with any, and I am playing Abbigail Summers. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Had some extra spice on that. Hi, I'm Dare. Pronouns she, they, Faye. I am the tragic sapphic, playing, as always, your favorite, the he, they, bay, Leon Cavallo. I'm gonna keep it small today.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do a little small one. I'm gonna do a light. Leon's
one.
not doing so hot right now, folks.
You know, that shows you it's an important episode when the opening credits are the short version.
And Leon was being damn cagey about this box, which, you know, we heard what was inside this box thanks to Sirenscape, which helps make our streams more atmospheric by allowing us to play backing music, sound effects, and other really cool things that terrify our souls. You can check them out at Sirenscape.com. They have a free version and a pro version. Also, if you're watching us live on Twitch right now, thank you so much for supporting the show. If you have Amazon Prime, you have one free Twitch sub that you can use every month. We'd feel so cool if you chose to use it on us. It helps support the show monetarily, which is great because it's a lot of effort to make these shows that we do every week. So consider using it on us. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Every other week now.
That's true.
Every week that we are in front of your faces on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Specifically those weeks.
Plus the
all
bonus
weeks, but
content.
also
So
just be subscribed even when we're not streaming, because
Go to Patreon
that
for
would
our
be
bonus
nice.
content. Possible triggers for tonight: occult, stalking, body horror, vampire stuff, and as always, last but not least, the bees. Video. And we're back. Told you that was the right amount of time. I know how to count this time. Previously on Tiddies by Night. The IOU were plagued by more daydreams as Abigail experienced a vision of a shadowy figure on her new ship. They told her that she hasn't run far enough and they'd hate to see her wash up in another river. Before shooting, just as Abby woke up, she searched the ship, finding nothing but its new name, the Marge Barge.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Jerry recovered from his dream with a nip into Marguerite's gin and sought out Anne for some answers. She told him that the man in Jerry's mind isn't technically her sire, but something that her sire may have eaten. He wanted Jerry to continue to fight stronger enemies, or something bad will happen. She wasn't too helpful on suggestions and apologized for setting Jerry up for failure. Evelyn awoke to the hive and its growing hunger and sought out Octavia, but found that her room was empty, Octavia having stayed in the chantry with Rita. There they discussed the cult, Octavia's father, and the demand that Ephraim has on the research of the Doulahan. Rita supported Octavia as best she could in finding more information on the cult. The results were conclusive. There is no written information about it. The coterie regrouped and invited Abbigail to her first outing to the Feeding Pit, an underground club run by a Zamishi named Diana. Abbigail was put off by the seemingly monstrous yet comforting environment. Nevertheless, she was welcomed and fed, and the group learned that even though Abbigail has been embraced for about 10 years, she hasn't had much experience learning how to be a kindred. Meanwhile, Leon tinkered with the golden cylinder that Duncan had given him and discovered that it was a puzzle box of sorts. Jerry and Evelyn were pulled away to enjoy special meals, while Leon continued to work the mechanism of the device. It eventually unfolded into a self-contained wax cylinder recording, and it played a performance of Leon's at the Palace Theater, ending with the sound of someone else. We are going to start with Evelyn, who is currently dragging a mugger through the cavernous insides of Diana's feeding pit, pushing aside the drapes that sort of block the environment around you. You can, hear his cries that he is innocent and hasn't done anything. Even
I
as
hit
you
him with
can-
my cane a few more times to shut him up.
I swear I didn't. As you travel through Diana's, you've been here enough to sort of understand the general layout. But go ahead and give me a wits and awareness real quick.
Cool. Have I already fed? Or have I not eaten this man or
You
done
have
anything?
not eaten yet. You're pulling
Okay.
him to a more
So I
secluded...
still have two hunger then. Okay. Wits and awareness. Four.
4.
Four.
It's hard to get any sort of true bearings inside Diana's, and the concept of finding any given location, it's almost more instinct. It's almost like the beast navigates you through this area. But not catching too much of import. Occasionally you can see a group sitting around a table enjoying their meals. On occasion, you can see the shape of Diana sort of walking through the drapes, making the rounds. And eventually you make your way to a door that you are very familiar with, one that some clientele prefer to take their meals for a more devastating and messy feeding than others. Do you enter?
Yeah? Sure thing.
As you enter, the room is particularly red. The entire feeding pit itself has a sort of red and pale aesthetic. Again, sort of mimicking muscles of the heart and sort of the sinew and fat that accompanies it. But this room in particular is a deeper red, more to prevent stains.
Okay, I was gonna be like, is it different than usual, or are we just describing what it looks like? We're just describing what it looks like. I was like, wait, hold on.
The peculiar thing is that there are 2 people already here.
Oh.
The room itself doesn't have any sort of tables or anything to speak of. It's got a lounging cushions around the edge, and a disturbing sort of aesthetic funnel that leads down to the center, very reminiscent of your dungeon. But in the corner, you see two figures sort of sitting and talking casually, sitting on the cushions, and they are eerily familiar.
Okay.
They haven't paid any mind to you yet, but you notice a very thin woman with a bulbous stomach and a particularly hooded individual with a trench coat that sort of like circles around him, and they just seem to be chatting with each other.
Can I tell if they're actually there or if it's like...
They appear to be.
They appear to be? Or are they a thing?
Do you have any... You could roll
guess I
me
don't-
a thing if you wish.
Let me see. What do I have? Can I, like... Can I sense the beast on them? Like, can I see if they're, like, physical vampires? Or if it's, like... Because I'm all, like...
Go
This
for
is
it.
looking like Tanita and my sire, right? Like, this is the vibe I'm getting?
That's the vibe you're getting.
Yeah, so
go ahead and
I'm
give
like,
me a resolve.
I'm like, are you real or am I fucking losing my mind?
Give me a resolve and animalism, if you would.
Cool. Where's my resolve at? Okay, not bad, not bad. That is 5 successes.
You project out this sense and immediately are in shock that you can, in fact, sense them. You sense the unmistaken beast within your sire, as well as the still active and almost churning hive beast inside of Tanita. And you're put off guard for a moment until you realize that it's not coming from the corner of the room, but you are sensing it within yourself.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to, in that moment, try to calm my nerves a bit and ignore them. And I think to maybe prove to my beasts that maybe I am still in charge, I will maybe command the hive to perhaps make this man's life a little bit more frustrating and unpleasant before I feed. Just to be like, no, I can. You're not here. I'm here. Fuck you. Like,
Go ahead and give me a charisma and animal ken.
okay. Charisma. I don't like that.
Which is funny because I find Evelyn's very charismatic.
4. That's all of my die, so that's good.
In an act of defiance, you compel the hive to emerge, and this man immediately goes into a panic, sort of scurrying back into the corner, and you can see this swarm sort of appear in front of you. What are you going to tell it to do?
Sting the shit out of him?
It remains motionless, lingering in the air before you. And you hear a sort of guttural laugh. Trouble with the hive?
What do you want?
Oh, Evelyn, what I want doesn't matter anymore. I know my place.
Yes. It's to stay dead and buried, and to not bother me. And yet here you are.
Oh, Evelyn, you know we are long from dead and buried. The flesh may have withered and turned to dust, but our souls still persist inside of you.
I think she's very frustrated hearing that, but she's going to then ask, so what, you are just here to torment me now? Or is there something you need from me to stay satiated and comfortable?
We're merely here to remind you where your power comes from.
How can I forget?
You command the hive, sure. You command your army of beggars, but where did you get them from?
From devouring them from someone weaker than I. Clearly, or you would still be here, in the flesh.
So you admit that the beast has always solved your problems, then?
It has its benefits.
But you can see that it will turn on you.
I don't think I answer that.
Remember, Evelyn, who led your little group before I died, and who led your hive before she died. You may play with your little birds, but they don't contain the power that we have granted you. Now feed. And on that, you see them both disappear, and the bees swarm the man and begin stinging him.
I think in that moment, I think I let them, like, actually kill him.
All right.
Like, I don't think I move. I think I just stand there staring at him, and they just sting him until he is dead.
We lightly hear his cries dissipate as we zoom in on Evelyn's face.
I think there might be a couple bloody tears in that moment.
Jerry, you're being led through the feeding pit by this barrel of a man who at some point has trouble sort of making it through the drapes, but seems very motivated to get you to a secluded area to accomplish the request of a fight that the owner has accepted. You go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, if you would please.
Yeah. Because I'm so good at those. Wits, awareness. Yes, sirree, Bob. Let me roll all three of these dice. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Great start. 0 successes.
What was the hunger dice?
Oh, I ate before, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're...
I
can't... Oh, well, I can't.
I did eat last episode, because I know I fought some dude.
Mm-hmm. That's right, you did eat a man.
I'm here for a fight, really. Not much a feed.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. With 0 successes, I don't think it matters.
No.
But as you are led through the feeding pit, it is quiet. You don't hear the usual footfalls of people making their way through the various feeding areas. You don't hear Diana softly requesting any meals from people. You just see this man in front of you, this silhouette leading you through the feeding pit. just facing forward.
Right, yeah. Where you taking me then?
He doesn't respond.
Oi, mate.
Still nothing. Just walking straight.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna push him in the back and be like, oi, mate.
You push him, and he sort of like lumbers forward a bit, reacting to your push, but keeps walking.
What the bloody hell are you taking me then?
Still walking.
You ain't got nothing to say?
He seems to only have one motivation, Jerry.
Hello?
This man is just here to fight.
Right,
Nothing
yeah.
else.
But where is he taking me then?
Doesn't matter. It'll be the last place he goes.
I mean, that's a little presumptuous. He could put up a little bit of a fight.
Jerry, something tells me that you're more of a carrot man. Am I right?
Don't really like vegetable. Is that a type of gin? Can you make alcohol from carrots?
I like you, Jerry. You've got one thing on the mind. Well, two. One of them's been taking a bit of a back seat, though, it seems.
I'm trying to solve that problem.
No, you're not. What is this? Some guy that's been pulled out of the ring? Maybe he's a dock worker. What? I don't even sense any powers on this guy. You're really expecting me to believe that this is the best you can do?
Well, if you were just a bit more specific in the qualifications, then.
I don't want to get... Listen, as I said, I'm not here to punish anymore. The last time that you fought was my dear Anne, and I gave you a whole lot. And I have the feeling that if I offer you something else, you might do what I ask, or even possibly we could work together.
Mate, for a picky eater, you really gotta give me something here.
What do you want?
A direction? Like, what you want me to fight?
I don't fight God for all I care. I don't know, but...
You know a god on hand, cause, like, mate, I'm just a bloke from the docks. Like, I mean, he's having this whole conversation out loud, by the way.
And you, as you kind of like come to realize that moment, you realize that you have still been walking quite a distance, larger than the feeding pit is. Just this silhouette in front of you, leading you through the curtains. No. Here's what we're gonna do, Jerry. I'm gonna give you something. Last time it was information about your past. What's something you miss? What's something that you want back, Jerry? And maybe I can give it to you, and maybe that'll motivate you to pick a fight with something bigger.
What do I miss? Well, that's a big question.
I got time.
You have to answer it right now.
Yeah. I'm getting tired, Jerry.
I don't know what I miss.
What do you...
It was like for a good long chunk of time, I didn't remember like where I came from. So asking me what I miss is...
You have a relative that you want back? You want to breathe again? Do you want to be able to drink?
You can do that.
Is that what you want,
I
Jerry?
see.
You mean like I won't get sick every time? Because I'm getting tired of like cleaning up buckets of blood.
I could make you get off your ass, Jerry, by not having to puke up that gin anymore.
Oh, Miss Margaret's gonna like that too. Right, yeah, okay. You figure out a way for me to be able to drink, and I'll find you a fight worth having.
Deal?
Who are you? Like your name, mate?
How rude of me. Although I think you've been told. My name's Bartholomew.
Oh,
Silva.
yeah.
Don't call me Bart.
Damn it. How about Sylvie?
You're making this real hard for me, Jerry.
All right, fine. I'll do your thing. Bartholomew.
It's a deal,
It's a
then.
law.
And as he says that, you see in front of you the man turn around. You say something?
Not to you.
All right. Well, we're here. And you haven't really gone anywhere. You're just more of an open area of the feeding pit. You can still see the curtains around you, but there's more of a ring in front of you. And the guy turns around and sort of cracks his knuckles and says, "Sorry, you want me to hold back or what?"
Mate. Do I look like the type to have you hold back?
Tell me this, because the fight will not be that climactic. In what state do you leave this man?
I guess. Like, without even trying, I'll probably leave him this side of breathing. Like, everything, he's gonna break his hands on my body with me not doing anything. Like, I will love tap him in the jaw and it'll, like, shatter it. And I'm like, I'll see what Bolt means.
And after some time, we see Jerry just push apart the curtains as he walks back, and we see behind him a twisted and gnarled heap of what is left of this man. Back at the table, moments after the recording had played, we see Octavia, Abigail, and Leon. What are y'all doing?
Did everyone hear that? Was that a group thing?
No, the feeding pit is very sound dampening. You can hear whispers and like muffled conversations, but sometimes get the impression that those are piped in to...
I meant the recording.
Oh, then yes, everybody did.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Sorry, no, you did not hear any of any of the other squad mates and what they're up to. But yes, everybody at the table was able to hear that.
Hey, so we're gonna talk about that, right?
What was that at the end? It sounded like death or sadness.
Oh, well, when I make a performance, I move people to tears, and sometimes they can't help themselves. They're simply, fawning over me. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly put this away.
Leon, you're much more charming when you're honest.
I beg your pardon?
It's a safe space. Be vulnerable with us. What's going on?
I have no idea. This, like I said, it could be a fan who is maybe a bit too friendly with my work, and I am going to maybe try to get a couple of answers, but for now, nothing you need to worry yourselves about. It's fine. I promise.
Just be careful.
Have I ever gotten in over my head before? You didn't work with me when I did.
Thinking back to blazing fire at the carnival.
That was more of a cult of personality thing. Abigail, you...
I don't wanna. I don't wanna go. I stay at the table. I stay at the table and I have my X card.
no more scary stuff.
Skips.
Yeah.
I sit at the table and I have a great time with my friends.
You skip the cutscene and you're now... You don't know what happened or where you are and lost half the story, but you are ahead in time. You see out of the corner of your eye a white dress standing next to you.
I turn to look at the person in the white dress.
It is Diana, who's sort of like has her hands crossed in front of her and looks down. And even in her form, she has this almost like soft expression on her face as she looks down at you. Abigail, right?
Yeah, I didn't do a proper introduction. I apologize. I just was overwhelmed, I guess. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I heard that possibly you might be a bit overwhelmed with the general aesthetic.
What? What gave you that idea?
Would you perhaps want to walk with me? I have a gift for new guests.
Oh no, I have to get up from the table, everybody. I'm leaving, even though I said I didn't want to.
I think at you getting up, I sort of smile and say, I promise you'll be okay.
Yeah, I know. And of course, I will agree to the request of the host.
She doesn't like hold out a hand or anything to guide you, but just sort of like confidently begins to walk forward into the curtains.
Can I follow her into the curtains? Into the curtain dance? That is like she just what I'm picturing is that this lady goes like in the curtains and then appears like on the side of other curtains, and that's her mode of transportation is curtain travel.
That definitely
is that accurate?
That seems to be it.
Okay,
but
cool.
As you follow, she almost leaves like a wake behind her. As the curtain, she doesn't touch the curtains; they just sort of like drape open as she walks forward, and then leaves enough space for you to continue behind her. And you definitely get this sense of almost immediately feeling lost, but still sort of like comforted by this like almost embrace of the surrounding area.
Okay.
And she doesn't speak as she walks. She just sort of walks forward.
I will be uncomfortable by the silence. So, Diana, do you got a last name?
Not anymore. No.
Oh. I like your cape.
Thanks. I made it myself.
Can I ask you about your head? I don't want to be rude. I feel like I got a lot of questions and I gotta get more answers.
Of course. We are here. And as she says that, she sort of moves to the side, and you see a very isolated area with a high table and sort of two stools sitting on each side. It's still matching the sort of like soft decoration of the surrounding area. And she just sort of like gestures towards the table as she herself almost like glides over.
I will sit.
I understand that you haven't been trained well on kindred ways.
Well, that makes me sound like a little puppy.
Well, we're all neonates to begin with. I mean no offense. I am an old clan. The Zamichi are, in pop culture, more the general understanding of what kindred are. The 3 days safety, the horrifying visage. And she sort of like gestures to herself. And again, other than the wings and the sort of corset stitching along her head, she seems relatively unchanged as a person.
Then yeah, I wouldn't say terrifying. I think you look nice.
Thank you. We, with our powers, tend to strive for more artistic representations of ourselves. But I pride myself on making people of the city feel comfortable. So, in light of your, to put it lightly, naivete, feel free to ask me anything you wish.
Well, I think that everything here is a little bit more fancy, I guess. And back home, at least my experience was that when you're a vamp, you just try to survive, and then you go day to day, and then somebody ends up being a bad guy, and then you wake up in a river, and then you gotta move across the country, and I don't want to do that again. And I think that it's different here, like with the capes, and then the fancy blood bar, and the mayors, and it just seems really different.
Well, you make the Americas seem like a Wild West. We are... Refined is such an ostentatious word, I feel, but it has been used a lot in our community. I prefer cozy. The people that you may meet all are filled with the same beast, pushing us to be worse every day. And there are certain niceties that one must retain to live, you might say.
And then what? Like, I guess you just you just continue to do the same thing forever?
Or you find a hobby?
Well, then what about... Yeah, I can do a hobby for like, I don't know, like a year. You gotta find a new hobby every year?
It's a lot of hobbies.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I could knit. I could do it, yeah.
What were you before, if you don't mind me asking? I can answer the question as well.
Like, who was
Yes.
I? Like, well, I actually, funnily enough, my parents were from Europe as well, but they moved to New York to try to have a better life. America, land of the free or whatever. But we didn't really have much money, so I started off being a pretty bad kid, but I was small, so I could whip around the streets and get what I needed, and then just not tell my parents. But yeah, I guess I've always been a little bit crafty, a little bit speedy, and but I don't want to be a little shit anymore, and I definitely don't want to murder the crap out of people.
Well, as you can see, murder isn't always the option. If you wish, I can tell you more of myself. This is how a conversation works,
Oh,
I'm to understand.
Yeah. Is it rude to ask how old people are?
Depends who you ask.
How old are you?
She looks up, and for a moment you think she's being coy, but you get the sense that she's genuinely trying to remember.
Oh, damn. All right.
Last I recalled, 400?
Whoa.
She kind of like nods. That's a lot of hobbies.
That's like 300 hobbies. That's crazy.
I wasn't always this in control. Much as yourself, I didn't have much money growing up. And one must find success when they are able. Even if it is as a bride. My would-be suitor was, well, very powerful. He had a lot of brides. I decided I wanted something more.
Yeah.
You will find that the city is changing. People would often ask you for something and offer little in return, other than their word or a binding that they would help you rise up in power, and the city has seen its share of strife. She looks at you now a little heated. Do not bring your strife to my city. Leave it behind. Bring only understanding. Bring only growth. And in return, I am always available.
What if the strife follows you?
Well then, hope that you have become powerful enough to eject it.
Or have a group of buddies who can help with that stuff?
She, looks off through you into the feeding pit and sort of stares for a moment before looking back. I wouldn't recommend trusting too many people. You have everything you need. I have heard a lot, and I have seen many people spit out when they have trusted too many.
But you know the people that I'm with now. What do you think of them?
I never reveal the secrets of my guests.
Ah, good business. Ah, smart. What if I ask again real nicely though?
You have 3 nights.
What?
I will do whatever you need, provide you with any service for 3 nights. Then the deal changes.
What kind of services? Like hangouts?
If you wish to be stronger, I have those skills. If you wish to be faster, I have those as well. If you need something out of the bounds of this place, you have 3 nights. And then you just become another guest.
Wow. Thank you. That's so generous. I instinctively like go to hug her, but then I stop myself and I'll give her a courtesy, the powerful vampire bows that I give to all of the vampires that I think are basically prime ministers.
She smiles and moves forward and wraps her arms around you and pulls you in. Her hand is on your head and holding you sort of close to the chest. And you hear a heartbeat.
Oh my god. I feel like this is the first time I felt warmth and so not like I don't know if it's warm, but you know what I mean, like this like almost like mothering kind of like like taken care of. And I think I almost cry after this long journey to the Europes. And I just feel very overwhelmed with like gratitude. And I hope that she can feel that, because I'm not going to be very good at expressing that.
You get the sense that she can feel that, and almost like leans her head up against yours. And you hear the sound of a revolver click, 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 off in the distance.
I hear that, and I know what that means. That sounds like somebody is loading and is getting ready to shoot, right?
It sounds like somebody is pulling the trigger, but there are no bullets. The barrel is just sort of like...
Diana, do you hear anything?
Oh, I have been having nightmares for several nights now, yes.
But how do you know the nightmares and they're not real?
Because they don't happen during the day. And she sort of like gives you one last squeeze and sort of pushes you forward, holding you by the shoulders. Vampires don't dream. Why we're all having it now, I don't know. You can find your way back to your table. And she sort of turns and walks back into the drapes.
I love you. I don't say that.
There's some real big accidentally call the teacher mom energy you're about to give.
I don't want to call her mom. I think maybe I feel like the impulse. I probably say it very low under my breath and like slap my hand over my mouth after it happens, and then I'm like, that is my cue. I leave.
You begin pushing your way through the curtains, and you can still hear the clicking off in the distance, but you can't see anything. Octavia and Leon. Oh, go ahead.
What? And I look, and there's nothing happening, and I can't see anything, but I was just told that it's not real. I'm going crazy. We're all hearing things, and we're just not going to talk about it. We're all going to talk in riddles about it.
You can occasionally see secluded tables with other kindred feeding and stuff as you sort of push through, but the clicking is just happening out of distance.
Okay. You let me know when I get to the table. I'm going to make a big deal out of this.
All right. Meanwhile, Octavia and Leon, what have you been up to?
Who is Duncan to you?
Oh, okay. So I've just been getting the fucking third degree. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hostile work environment.
Go.
Okay. Duncan is just someone who managed to find his way into my attention very recently. I actually don't know him super well. I barely know who he is at all, actually.
Would they trust you with this box?
I mean, it seems like he is somewhat of a courier. Almost as if he is being given a job more than it is my own relationship to him.
So you think it's not his sadness that was blocking me from sensing more about the previous owners of this contraption?
I was in the process of going to ask a few questions about it. Maybe check in with some people and see if they know anything about who Duncan is. I promise I'm taking this seriously. I
Do you
promise.
need some help?
I'll be okay. What kind of an investigator am I if I can't even figure out my own mysteries?
We always work as a team.
Yes, I know, but this one's... It feels like it's of a more intimate matter, and no offense, I care about you truly. I truly care about all of you. But I have my own amount of dirty laundry that I would like to keep just my own for now.
I trust you. And I lean back in my chair.
But why don't you trust me, Octavia? As you hear the voice of your father.
Fuck.
It's the fucking twister behind the guy, just like, here it comes! Fuck! Everybody's fucked!
What do you mean?
What is this place? What are you doing here? This is monstrous.
What are you doing here? How did you get inside?
I followed you. You rode in that horrific carriage, and now you're
Fiend
here.
is not horrific.
Is this why you haven't been helping me, Octavia?
What do you mean haven't been helping you? All I do is help you. You're the one that's stopping looking for her.
I never stopped looking for her, Octavia. I found her. I'm with her now.
Oh no. Oh, I want to sense the unseen, please.
Go ahead and roll me a resolve and aspects.
Is this really my dad? Oh, sorry. I'm going to use my free re-roll from being on the bonus episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me another 10, please. Yeah, baby! 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
You reach out, and the voice of your father was coming from right behind you. But as you project out your sense, there isn't anybody there. And the voice seems to be coming from within your own mind.
This isn't you. Who are you? What is this creature? What is this magic?
I'm trying to reach out to you, Octavia, and every time I do, you push me back. You're living in the night. You're not the little girl that I raised, that we raised.
I'm like paralyzed because I'm just thinking of the dad that's in the IOU right now. And I'm like struggling as a player to, do I believe this or not? Which thread do I follow?
You don't remember being around any other member of the IOU when talking to him.
No, but I asked the IOU people if they thought that he was changing, and we talked about it.
And Octavia goes to that exact thought, a moment of doubt, and then remembering that you've had this conversation.
Oh. Leon, before you go, are you still here?
I was about to say, am I still present?
Yes, and Octavia has been talking to herself.
Miss Octavia, you happen to be... Are you okay?
No, something isn't right. It's not a vision, it's something else. It's like a nightmare while I'm awake.
Leon does not. Leon, I think, looks like I could reveal some things here. Simply doesn't. Interesting. Do you mind telling me about that? Like, what's happening?
Well, it was my father. My father guilting me about the pursuit of my lost mother. But saying that he never gave up looking for her. But my last discussion with my dad, he had no wish to speak of her. He's been hanging out with other people. So, and I know for a fact that he's real, that you've seen him, that I was speaking with Evelyn about him. Something's trying to cloud my judgment.
Leon,
Yes,
you see
maybe-
a small flame light on Octavia's dress.
I think I like instinctively try to use like rapid reflexes to like pat it out.
You do, and Octavia, you can feel Leon smacking you, and Leon, your hand catches on fire as your clothes begin to light, and the fire itself spreads across Octavia's body. And you see now, looking around you, the drapes have lit on fire and are dropping like flesh onto the floor as the room begins to fill with smoke. And that's where we're going to go on break.
Kelly, fuck.
It's always like this.
I'm scared!
The fuck?
What
We'll
the
be
fuck?
right back.
Have you heard of PinUpCanada.com? This fantastic Vancouver local shop offers the best selection of pinup clothing right to your door. With inclusive sizes ranging from extra small to 6X, each item has been handpicked and carefully curated by owner and former pinup model Jen Kaboom. At PinUpCanada.com, you can find retro swing skirts, dick-shaped soap, vampy wiggle dresses, glorious purses, and more. Seriously, at least half of my wardrobe is from this amazing independently owned shop, which ships Canada and US wide. Don't delay. Follow them on Instagram at PinUpCanada and visit PinUpCanada.com to find the perfect retro outfit and risque homewares today.
We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD academy.com.
Hello, folks. It's Sara here to remind you that you can influence our games by supporting us on patreon.com/tabletoptitties. It's only on Patreon that you can gain access to unique polls that control elements of both our Dungeons & Dragons show as well as our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. What spell scrolls await in a dungeon's treasure chest? Should the guest PC be kind or disgusted by the coterie? You decide. You can also create your own magic items to be featured in the games, and it's the best way to support the show. All of this and more can be found at patreon.com/tabletoptitties. And remember, whenever we say tabletop titties, it's with double D's.
We scared.
We return with the feeding pit in a little bit of a tizzy. It turns out that it's not just the IOU that are having a bit of struggles, but every kindred within the pit seem to be dealing with something of their own minds' machinations. We can hear irritated calls out in the distance, as well as cries of anguish, angry arguments happening with nobody, and the occasional gunfire off in directions as each kindred seems to be fighting their own little nightmare. Diana swiftly makes her way through the feeding pit, ignoring whatever it is that is tormenting her, trying to grab any of the humans that happen to be near these nearly frenzying vampires, pulling them to as much safety as possible while also struggling to stay standing. We have Abigail pushing her way through the curtains, hearing the menacing clicks and occasional cackle of someone out in the distance. We see Jerry coming back after a successful fight, seemingly having made a deal with whatever resides inside of him. We see Evelyn a little bit distraught, dried blood on her face, returning to the group as the cackles of her sire and previously diablerized associate laugh in the distance. We hear Octavia arguing with her father, who claims to be dead, and Leon engulfed in flames as the room fills with smoke. And just as the crescendo of chaos hits its climax, it stops. And you all find yourselves in the comforting embrace of the feeding pit once more. Your nightmares paused for the moment. All of you reconvene at the table assigned to you in your various states. What do you do?
What the bloody hell was that?
Yeah, I'm running up to the table. I said I was making a big deal. I'm gonna make a big deal. Listen. You all, there's something, because there's things but you can't, and I don't see, but you know that how?
You don't see.
I didn't see anything.
Does anybody else speak American?
What? Is this new? Is this a Europe thing?
I've no idea what you're saying, love.
Something isn't right here. I don't have anything that can defend against these atrocities that seem to be warforging our psyches.
How is this possible?
Wait, you all having nightmares too?
Yeah,
You
but
want to call them that? Yes.
I mean, mine sort of happened right now, but yes.
hallucinations, but not because something.
Did you all see a little man? Well, he's smaller than me, but a man in yours?
No.
No.
I mean,
Discussion with my father.
Yes.
What?
Wait, is your dad here?
No, thank goodness.
Oh, phew.
Judging by Octavia's account and yours now, Jerry, seems like they are all personal to us for whatever reason, so...
Well, then who'd you talk to?
I didn't talk to anyone in mine. Room was on fire.
You were on fire?
Yes.
Like the last time we... Okay.
Don't worry about it too much.
Well, mate, you were on fire. Last time I checked, you didn't like that. Ruined your outfit and your pretty face.
Not a fan of being on fire now. But anyway, it seems like they were all built for us, as it were.
How is something targeting all of the vamps?
That's the big
You
question.
have experience in this. Perhaps not exactly, but your abilities of chemistry fall similar patterns.
Who are you talking to?
Does this feel like that?
Give me just an intelligence and a cult.
Fuck. Can I rouse to be smarter?
I'll actually let you add the dots from the discipline as well, because you would be able to. I feel like that would give you a bit of advantage.
That's 6 successes. Or sorry, why did I say 6? That's not right. I did not get 2 10s. That's only 5. Hold on. I don't know how to count dice, apparently.
Regardless, your experience with chemistry, it doesn't feel like that, per se.
This is different. Something I've used that power many times, and it's never felt like I was doing that to any person.
You guys, what if it's the fish people? What if the fish people are doing the thing with the fish god and then they're making us all spooky?
The Malkavians deal in dreams, don't they? Something about them being constantly asleep, wanting to wake up.
Please tell me we don't have to talk to him.
I really don't want to.
Who this?
I don't. It's some annoying little bloke who's just getting a little bit buzzy. Question: do we know where we can find this fish god? Because might need to make an appointment with him real quick.
Unfortunately, my research at the Chantry did not reveal any more information. No certainties. Other than I'm certain that we don't know about it as the Tremere. And while Octavia's talking, she's like feeling her body and she's feeling herself. She's like looking through all of her like bits and baubles and bags and satchels and trying to see if there's anything on her person that she didn't place there herself.
Give me a wits and investigation.
Pulling out all the stops here on anything that I think could be affecting us.
Big brain.
When he planted some weird spooky thing on us.
Yeah. Well, because I do that not to make spooky things, but to track people. So I don't know if maybe that would help. 2 10s and a 9. 5 successes. That's 2 crits in a row, you guys.
Yeah.
You are sure that you pat and you look around and you don't find anything.
I don't look.
Sorry. Look with your hands.
I feel around.
You feel around.
Yeah.
And you don't feel anything other than your various bits and baubles.
Well, that's another dead end. But yes, we should probably consult with the Malkavians.
Right. Sorry, go ahead.
I appreciate it. Has anyone been experiencing these sort of visions before this very moment?
Yes.
Have you?
Are you talking to me or Evelyn?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You the one that asked the question.
I was mostly just curious to see if there was a pattern. It was a hypothetical. But sounds like Evelyn may have experienced these before.
Hang on, before we get on to that, I want to see. Oh, there is insight. Can I insight check? Leah there?
You certainly can. Give me a wits and insight, and Leon, you can do charisma or manipulation, plus a persuasion.
Oh no.
Oh, Bessie, you know it's going to be charisma and persuasion.
You can beat me with your eyes closed, but I'm still gonna roll these.
I appreciate the attempt.
I'm gonna
Very
re-roll
noble.
these because I was at the bonus epised.
See, I'm talking a lot of shit. I know, like, because I'm talking a lot of shit, I'm going to roll like ass. How this works.
Just gotta dip into your willpower to adequately
just keep
lie.
this lie going until you have no more willpower left.
That's a very Leon
Also, can
maneuver.
I rouse just for shits and giggles?
Certainly
Oh my
can,
God.
yes. Roll me a
How
100.
much do you not trust me?
I also don't have a lot. Okay, so I'm hungry.
You
Wait,
first.
rousing. Wait, hang on. Rousing gets me what? 2 more dice?
Yes, at your blood potency, yes.
Frack yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so what does 6 successes look like?
I'm going to use my willpower.
Oh my gosh.
We don't do.
Fuck it up.
We don't
That's
do.
7 successes.
No, little bastard.
I think we don't do like competing roles with players. I think what I might do in the future is have each of you DM me. That way it's almost like you don't know for sure if you beat the other person. But in this instance, Jerry, you've been around Leon for a while, and you can usually tell when they're being a bit like cagey, a little bit con man-y, and you're not really seeing that right now.
No. All right. Well, it's weird if Miss Evie's the only one who's got it.
Have you had them?
No.
All right. Well, I'll just check.
Now we're just like, oh,
All right.
insight.
Each of you switch what you guys are rolling and then DM me.
It's just everybody like,
While I'm watching this happen, I feel like being somebody who is an outsider and also being somebody who I don't have insight, but I feel like I can kind of watch the pausing, and I'm just like, I don't understand why do we keeping secrets here? Why are we pausing? Why the pauses?
Leon, you're rolling. What's an insight? Jerry is rolling either manipulation and persuasion or charisma and persuasion. And while you're at it, Abigail, you go ahead, roll me a wits and insight. Each of you DM me separately. And while they're doing that, how's Octavia and Evelyn doing? How you doing? You guys good?
Yeah, you
I
guys.
think I when I responded that yes, I've had these before, I think that's all I've said. I'm not speaking.
Right.
I'll
Just vibing over here.
I reach out my hand to where I assume Evelyn's hand is, and I hold her hand if she lets me.
Yeah, sure.
Aww.
I think I squeeze it back a little bit.
Oh, we love the aunties.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I gotta send it to you.
I was waiting.
Sorry,
we had a tender moment in the wake of the chaos.
That's the wrong person. That's the right person.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, send it to
My favorite
reply
part
all.
is you're lying to me and keeping my girlfriend in on the lie while I am lying and not telling my girlfriend. This is toxic.
Bruh.
Toxic.
Hell yeah.
Abigail, the silence lingers.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you're a relatively keen interrogator / observer of the human condition. So these two just seem to have this rapport with each other, and you're not picking up anything.
All right.
Leon and Jerry, you two are anime deadlocked right now, and both of you are struggling to read the other one. Do with that as you will.
Fight.
Fight or kiss. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, it's just Miss Evie. Then, if it's not Miss Octavia, have you had besides your father?
Just this evening.
All right.
What about yourself, Abigail?
Do I know that is this different from the regular spooky night, morning time hungry guy?
Diana said it, and it sort of confirmed your suspicion that in the time that you've been embraced, you've never had a daydream. And and the vision, the dream that you had with the man on your ship was the first instance of that.
So that's new.
Yes. You've definitely encountered hallucinations, and Ravnos are very adept at creating illusions, but this was like you knew that it wasn't something that you've experienced before.
Great. Hey, so this is new, and there have been stuff I've seen, and also Diana was like, I seen it too, and she is a badass. So I trust her with my whole body.
What? Maybe it just affects the women then.
Hi.
I don't think it's a gender thing. No, yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
You saying that your little dicky is preventing you from experiencing the daydreams?
Oh my god.
No, wasn't even going to bring that in. And he's pretty average size.
Oh my god, can we not do this?
Wow.
Hey, you
I've learned
moms,
so
moms,
much
what
about my
guys-
friends today.
but you two's have seen other things. No, just Evelyn. Okay, well I have, and yeah. What do we do?
Can I ask some questions about what you saw?
Me?
Yes, you said you experienced them as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it last? Because this one only lasted a second, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because this one only lasted for a short bit of time, so was it much longer? Did it feel like it lasted longer, or?
Longer, and I was. That time, I definitely saw something.
What'd you say, if you don't mind me asking?
Somebody spooky. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I deal in secrets. So if you reveals, I reveals. But yous ain't got anything to reveals, right?
No.
So that's it. But I will say that I was...
Oh, what?
It was-
That's the thing.
It was...
Sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The guy I was talking to, who just appeared in the club a couple hours ago, minutes ago, time ago, yeah, he wants me to fight a god. So if we can find this fish guy,
You just want to listen to this guy who's talking to you?
Yes.
yeah, well, he said I could drink without throwing up. So yeah.
Hey,
Unhinged behavior.
Some
Jerry?
strange man told me a thing. I must be true.
Alright, Jerry, I know I am not nearly as well read as you, but do you know the what was it? Just a random offer? What was the man? Was it?
Oh, it's the bloke. Mutual friends with Anne. You know, the guy.
Her sire?
No, not that guy. The guy he ate, maybe. The hot guy. The
I
the
know
one with the
all
horn.
of this actually.
Well, you do now.
Ooh, that's true. I mean, I think it is more dramatic that you know this from Anne. She's told you that she has it. But if Jerry's telling you that you haven't heard it from him yet, this might be the first time.
Yeah, I like to think we are very blissfully don't talk about our trauma type. Unfortunately, we have to learn about how to talk and communicate. Anyway, So is this demon related?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Because I'm pretty sure I don't know the answer. But his name's Bartholomew. Don't like it when you call him Bart. So,
Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to say you are well read enough to know the story of Faust, and maybe you shouldn't listen to a demon making offers to you.
well, it was good enough for your girl. So, good enough for me.
Well, I
Unless
think that Leon says nothing and drinks.
It's at that you all hear a voice, sort of not echoing, but just softly wafting through the feeding pit. I think it's time that we maybe lighten the mood a little bit. I know that it's uncommon for me to change, but perhaps a little music for our beast to enjoy. And that's it.
Right. So, Miss Evelyn, Miss Evie, sorry. Would you mind enlightening us with what you've had to deal with recently?
chatting with a couple old friends I haven't seen in a while. And I kind of look down and inward when I say that.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it's not great.
Oh,
Especially
bad times
if
then.
the two people you speak to are supposed to be dead and not bother you anymore.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that's not good.
Did something just mention that we should appease our beasts with music? Was that Diana or was that someone else?
Yeah, someone said that.
Did it sound like Diana?
Sounded like Diana.
Oh yeah, that was Mom.
Don't.
Bomb?
What? Nothing. What? Who? You said I didn't.
All right. Well, we heard you say it. I don't want to question about the nature of your relationship. Just
This is moving very
strange
quickly,
to
it
hear.
seems.
You're a little different than... You don't look anything like her.
Hey,
You
never
heard that
mind.
from your dad?
Never mind. She probably just wants to boost the morale. You know, this is a business. Probably doesn't want everybody freaking out.
Yeah, hard to enjoy the feeding pits when we are all deeply insecure about our own nightmares and
It
unable
is
to talk about them.
ironic that she says to appease the beast when a lot of my visions has been them confronting me.
Oh,
Evelyn, if you don't mind, at some point I would like to maybe talk to you about some of your staff, if that is okay.
Sure.
But
You
it's mostly
all-
a private matter. I don't want to,
You all begin to see silhouettes of people slowly dancing through the curtains.
Does Prophet seem to be reacting to anything?
aw, Prophet.
Give me a wits and animal kin
For me or for him?
for you.
Okay. Do I
Right.
need to add one because it's my familiar?
Yeah.
Hear those dice.
I'm gonna keep it at 2 successes. I was maybe gonna use a willpower, but I'm scared.
Prophet seems unaffected.
Okay. Prophet, I think we need some assistance here. Could you be a dear and fetch us the Malkavian prince? And I'm gonna send him to just drag him back here. If he can find him.
I'm just be in the next room.
Prophet doesn't move, kind of like nuzzles next to Octavia and then just sort of like sits and plops down, and you can see his tail wagging. The rest of you can see that his eyes are not red. They are a faint yellow, and the sleek, almost obsidian black fur is a bit lighter and kind of graying a little bit.
They smell different.
Flashback to
Classic Casper.
Can I use my sniff?
I perceive through my nose.
You smell. You don't smell the dog, but you smell something cooking. You almost smell like turkey, and a bit of like braised vegetables, and almost like cigarette smoke.
Right. Does anybody else smell that?
You all smell that.
Curious.
Yeah. Smells good.
He's
Wait,
in a pod, Abigail.
does it... If it smells good, does that mean that... Do vampires think food smells good?
I
Oh,
still
the-
enjoy the smell of pastry.
Mm.
I
You're a
can't eat it.
vampire and you just said the food smells good, so yeah, obviously.
Well, I
food
just want to make
smells
sure. Sometimes I'm a little weird, you know.
Prophet
cooking?
isn't obeying me. I don't have a connection with him. Right.
His eyes aren't red no more. He also
Your
looks a
eyes
little
red.
lighter. Mine?
Yes.
Kelly, are my eyes red?
I mean, on average, your eyes
guess-
aren't red.
Yeah, in general, vampires' eyes aren't actually red unless their humanity's really low.
Leon, something's different about Evelyn. Her hair, massive billowing hair still sort of like wraps around the ground where she sits. And she seemed distant during this conversation, but as you look at her, her skin has healed and she's fair and quite beautiful and no longer smells.
Ah,
Miss Evelyn.
Yes.
I don't mean to alarm you, but you seem to have undergone a sudden case of life again.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean, and I hold my hand out. Do I look any different?
You are wearing almost like a silk glove.
Was I wearing that before?
I feel like you wear gloves, but
But not silk.
No,
Definitely
this-
not silk.
this one's nicer.
I'll like take my hand and like look and peel the glove off to check my skin, I guess.
As you do, it looks warm and rosy. Your fingernails are polished.
Your nail color's a nice touch.
Thank you. I don't understand. What is happening?
I don't
we
like
all-
the.
Sorry, do we all notice this, or is it just Leon?
As it's pointed out, it almost feels like it takes somebody else to notice something. And now that you look at Evelyn, you all see this.
How do we tell if we are not vamps anymore?
If
Can
you're
I
if you're
st-
at all hungry, you can feel that like hunger permeating in your body at all times. It's constantly
have-
there.
I put my hand on my chest. Do I feel a heartbeat?
You do.
Oh!
And none of you feel the beast. You feel peckish.
When Evelyn puts her hand on her heart, I'll say, "Oh, that's Diana had a heartbeat," and then I'll do the same thing and I'll check for a pulse.
You can
And
feel
is
it.
there a pulse?
Wait, hang on.
You all have heartbeats.
What? I haven't had that in a minute.
I assume this is some sort of mass hallucination, some sort of mass illusion.
Someone
Knowing.
is playing a cruel trick.
Can I get a point, please?
No, Jerry.
As
I
you
chop off a finger. I chop off a finger.
it,
Oh my god. Okay.
Break your finger. You don't have to chop it up.
as you do, you realize that you're holding like a steak knife, and you instinctively chop off your finger, and it begins to gush, and you feel a surge of pain through your hand as you do, and the blood doesn't stop.
Oh! Oh!
You can feel. Sorry, you couldn't see that you were wielding a steak knife, but you can feel blood leaving your body, and it hurts.
I grab a piece of curtain and I immediately like go to wrap
Yeah.
the fingy.
You do, and you can see the cloth sort of like fill up with blood, but you are able to like staunch the wound by holding pressure on it.
I think I try to stand up.
You do, and as you do, you hear a voice behind you. Sorry, if you need anything, I can get it for you. And turning around, you see Diana, appearing fully human, sort of dressed in a nice gown.
Diana, my ever lovely concierge, you look living.
Well, we are here now, are we not? We might as well enjoy it.
Is it enjoying if we know it's nothing more than a dream? I feel like I'm not the one to live in fantasy.
That's the best part of a dream. Knowing that you can enjoy it guilt-free.
But do you know how to wake up?
No.
Excuse me, Miss Diana.
Yes.
If this was truly a dream, I'd have a pint in my hand and be ready for another fight. So,
Oh,
I can get you the drink.
okay.
For sure. Does anyone else want anything while we're still here?
I don't ask for anything, but I'm gonna squeeze the curtain that's wrapped around my hand into a cup in front of me and drop my chopped finger in it and light it on fire. Can I do my firewalker ritual, or do I not feel any magic at all?
You don't feel any magic.
Jerry,
Oi,
can I tell you something as someone who loves and cares for you dearly?
oi.
Why are you so obsessed with being stuck in this dream?
Oh no, I'm testing the waters, really.
Uh,
I'm really care if I get a pint. I mean, it would be awesome if I did. If I didn't, meh. I just need to know if I'm still strong.
All right, fair enough. I apologize for.
There's a method to my
Stabbing.
madness.
I apologize.
A moment later, Diana returns with a pint of beer and a pitcher of wine. She places it down on the table and looks and says, "It seems that you all have glasses already. Octavia, would you like me to get you another one?"
I just throw it over my shoulder. Like I dump the contents over my shoulder.
All right. And she proceeds to pour wine into each of the cups that are in front of you, except for Jerry, and sort of like places a hand on your shoulder, Jerry, and says, "I get the feeling that most people here are not looking for a fight per se." And you can see still the silhouettes of dancers. You can't actually see anybody through the curtains. I wouldn't advise going too far while we're in here.
No, it's all right. I'ma down the pint and then
Don't
down.
go too far. Down.
I'm gonna down the pint. Also down whatever wine is not in your glasses, and then stumble my happy ass to the dance floor to pick a fight with somebody.
All right. You hear Jerry stumble off through the curtains. Give me a wits and awareness.
Oh, I'll just take some negatives on that awareness because it's a drunk kid right now. Oh crap. Sorry, too many tabs are open. Some awareness, plus I'm drunk as a skunk. Oh wait, but I'm drunk. But yeah. I got 2.
You stumble through the curtains, and that feeling of knowing where you're going just through pure instinct isn't there. Your hand kind of gets caught on these curtains, and they're not as relatively immaterial as they usually are. They're thick, sort of velvet curtains, and you have to like push them aside, and they slide on metal rods above you. And you find a single gentleman sitting down at a table, just sort of drinking a pint. He's not looking at you right now.
Oi, mate. Who are you?
And he turns back and looks at you. And you recognize Brutus.
Brutus?
That's
What you doing here?
kind of like stands up. I don't know.
You got soul.
Why am I here, Jerry?
It's beyond me, mate. It's not your club. It's outside your territory, naughty boy.
The Garou have been waiting to talk to you, Jerry. We've been trying to contact you, but you won't answer.
Where you been trying to contact me? I'm still at the same place.
You don't understand. You don't know what I've been through to try to talk to you, Jerry.
Well, I'm right here now. What's she got to say? You gonna finish that drink?
Go for it.
Don't mind, mate.
And as you try to grab the pint, he pushes your shoulder hard.
Oi! You said I could.
And you realize that your shoulder hurts.
That's not good. Oi, mate, you might leave a bruise. It's not nice.
And he punches you right in the face. And you feel a crack. And your nose feels twisted. And you can feel warm blood dripping down your mouth.
Hey, that's familiar. Okay, hang on, I gotta actually put the top on this before I knock my drink over. So I'm gonna stumble back, grab my nose, crack it back into place. That's gonna hurt like a bitch. My eyes are gonna water, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, alright, well, if you want to fight, you just had to say so.
You're not gonna kill this werewolf, Jerry. And he lunges at you, and you get pushed through the curtains. And you all hear a commotion happening off in the distance, but the dancers seem undisturbed.
Can I go and tap one of the dancers?
As you walk up to one of the curtains and sort of pull it aside, there's nobody there.
Can I tell if this is like a vampire like illusion thing? Maybe Diana has done to make people not less freak outable. I don't know.
Give me either wits and awareness or intelligence and occult.
Ooh, don't know. Let's roll, baby. Gonna use one free willpower, maybe.
I think everyone's used theirs now.
That's 4 successes.
You think of all of the powers that you've seen in your unlife, and nothing comes to mind. And you realize as you dip in and try to use your beast to assist you in this insight that it's not there. And you get this sinking feeling that this isn't an illusion.
What? There's just nobody beyond the curtain. Okay, then I go back on the other side of the curtain. Are there people dancing?
There is not.
I will be on standby to help Jerry in case if Jerry ends up getting the crap kicked out of them.
As
Yeah,
you start-
do we still have our weapons? Like, do I have my cane? Or is that, like, gone?
You look at your cane, and it is a pristine cane made by your family.
But does it still have a sword inside
you
of
flick it up, and there is a sword in it.
Okay.
Of course, it's
Cool.
a Stormloft weapon.
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, wait. Okay.
Now, Diana?
You wait for a moment, and you hear almost like a labored moan as she pushes through one of the curtains and stands next to you. Yes.
Am I only allowed to see the people who are in this establishment? I'd like to see if my lovely partner is here.
Ooh.
She like smiles. I don't believe Anne is here tonight. You can certainly try to find her. I'm not sure what the limits of this moment are.
But, if you don't mind me exiting the table, I would absolutely love to do so. Thank you. I wanted to make sure.
Of course. Does it hurt, Octavia? Couldn't hear you. Oh, we still can't
More
hear
time.
you. Oh no, Octavia's been quieted.
There you go, waiting for the appropriate reaction.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. As a human, you would be not very calm about this. Like, oh!
She kind of like sighs. Well, then I hope it doesn't last long, because I would hate to do my modifications. But I am tiring of this visage. If you need anything, let me know.
Thank
Diana.
you.
Yes.
Do you know who is capable of this, or what could be?
She smirks. I never reveal my guests' secrets. And sort of like
Yeah.
walks away off into the curtains.
Might need to search the area for a guest.
Oh, I found a werewolf.
Aren't you getting like your shit kicked out of you right now?
I just got my nose broken.
Abigail, you see curtains being pushed and bodies sort of wrapped, embraced in them as they tumble, and you see Jerry sort of like stand up next to this long, lanky man with hair just sort of draped down his back. He is currently wearing just like your regular like white Victorian shirt, but you can see that he is like wiry. You can see muscles sort of flexing under them as he growls at Jerry.
So is he still got his shit going on, or is he human as well?
I mean, you're not there, but
Yeah,
Jerry,
okay.
he's weaker than Brutus usually is, but he's got some moves.
You know, right? It means I've got to take off my hat. So yeah, Jerry takes off his hat and squares off because he's fought with Brutus before. This is not the first time he's fought a werewolf. This is not the first time he's fought. You can stop with the air quotes. This is not the first time that he's fought a werewolf as a human. What did I just say?
Sorry.
So he's drunk off his ass. So he's gonna take off his hat, square up for a proper fight, since he sucker punched me and broke my nose. So yeah, might. That's not there, but whatever. Let's go.
Go ahead and roll me 4 dice.
Oh, what you mean 4 dice? I've got straight. What? Fine. 4 dice.
You're mortal now, bitch.
Yeah, well, how about 4 successes?
he sort of like swoops low and tries to do a gut punch, but you manage to dodge. What do you do?
Since we're playing bar house rules, if he's low, then I'm going to knee him in the face, and then like come down on him. Oops.
You hear a crack as you hit him in the face, as you've probably broken his nose as well, and slam him on the back as he like crumbles a bit and tries to get back to his feet. Abigail,
what? Let me help you with yeah.
What are you doing as you see all of this sort of like it's happening like through the curtains and like pushing them aside?
I will. Can I just? If this is potentially a vision or like something, if I think that it's as Diana is saying, I'm going to try to tear down the curtains so I don't have to play this game of what I'm seeing.
All right. Roll me 2 dice.
Okay. Do you need 2 actual dice or?
Just 2. Roll as if you only had 2 combined stats. Or 2 dots from combining stats.
I'm just going to grab D10s because I was like, I don't have the numbers on the ones that I roll. You know her? What are you? I'm taking a while. Okay. Ugh. That's 2 6s.
You just like you feel weaker, but you manage to grab and yank these curtains and they rip off the rings that's holding them to the rods, and you just start tearing them off.
Nice.
Creating almost like a space between you and the 2 fighting men in front of you.
Can I tell if Jerry's winning or not?
It seems to be even at this point.
Okay.
And you've seen Jerry hit a man with another. Oh no, you didn't. That didn't happen. You've seen Jerry fight.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know if you have. Man, our pre-games fucked me up.
I'll hold out hope. I'll hold out hope and I'll watch because I know that I have good faith that Jerry can probably hold their own. But with this all shenanigans, I am just going to be on standby.
Yeah, you ain't seen me fight yet.
Leon, you notice something behind Octavia and Evelyn. The silhouettes of these dancers are sort of spiraling, almost like not pictographs, those spinny wheel things that just has like only a few frames. But you notice next to one of them, behind Octavia and Evelyn, is a still silhouette, only about 4 feet high or so.
I think I'm going to try to check it out.
All right. Evelyn, you see Leon stand up and walk. Oh no, you've already... you begin to walk through the curtains, Leon, and you can hear a commotion. And you hear this music. And you also hear another voice. Well, where are you heading off to? I thought you were going to come dance with me.
I think I turned to try to face the voice.
And you see Anne, warm and glowing. Her hair is sort of done up in a bun that's sort of like sitting on the top of her head and then sort of drapes down a little bit. She's wearing almost like an elegant like half suit gown, and she's reaching a hand out towards you.
You look so marvelous tonight.
Well, thank you. You don't look so half bad yourself.
And I think I, almost in a very deft motion, take her hand and like flip it so I kiss it real quick. But I am still at work today. So if you will indulge me, give me 5 minutes. I just need to see what's behind this curtain.
Well, to be honest, I really needed to talk to you. You come find me when you're ready to talk.
Can I get a hint as to what this could be about?
I've just been reaching out, and I feel like it's getting harder and harder to find you.
Is that a metaphor?
No. I'm trying so dang hard, and I'm afraid if I push any harder, I'm gonna hurt any of you.
I'll find you. I'll find you. I promise. I don't break promises. And I think I turn and quickly try to like reach towards the curtain behind me.
All right. Evelyn and Octavia, what are you doing?
I'm just holding my hand in my lap, full of shame and pain.
I think at this point I've maybe tried to help wrap it a bit more or something instead of you just holding it and it bleeding or something. I don't know. I feel like I see that and it helps distract me from the moment at hand, because I think a few times I've caught my reflection in one of the wine glasses and been like taken aback. And I think as I'm like wrapping your hand, I'm like, we need to find a way out of this, because if we stay here for too much longer, I'm afraid I will not want to leave.
That makes one of us.
You feel something heavy on your lap, Octavia. And Evelyn, you see
Prophet's head.
You see Prophet put his head on Octavia's lap. And he sort of like looks up, and you see like this sad, almost comforting look in his face. I can't hold on any longer. I'm gonna have to let go. I'm sorry. And the music begins to skip off in the distance, and the dancing stops. And Evelyn, you look down and you've peeled your skin off of your hand, and you can see exposed muscle and bone. Octavia, you feel your blood stop flowing and coagulate into the dark vitae that you are used to being inside of your body. Leon, you realize that you've been walking aimlessly through the curtains, and there is a vampire you don't recognize next to you who sort of looks confused as well, and like backs away from you. Jerry, you have been fighting with a human, and they do not look great.
God.
And Abigail, you've just been vibing. You haven't done
Nice.
anything to hurt yourself.
Did I rip down those curtains for real?
Yes, you see
Aw,
you see the
man.
like almost sinewy curtains sort of billowing on the floor, and you can see in front of you Jerry, whose fists are just bloodied, and this human who is like crumpled in front of his body,
Well-
in front of him.
Twice not, want not. Pick them up and drink them, because I did get too hunger from
Nice.
rousing.
But Leon, you see something else. You see a young woman standing just behind the kindred in front of you, draped a little bit by the curtains. A child. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Who?
I'm sorry, what?
Child! Oh no!
Oh my god.
Ooh, I'm flashing.
Hey, everybody! That was wow. All right. Thanks for joining us. Seriously though, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. You mean the world to us, and we hope you had a good time watching us go through trauma. If you did, and you want to show your support, the best way to do so is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop titties. When you become a patron, you get access to a multitudes of things, like our after show that we are going to talk at length about what the fuck just happened.
Do not want to
right
miss
after
this one.
And we'll put those all up on there. It's exclusive to Patreon, as well as any bonus miniseries, bonus episodes, polls that can affect the game, lots of stuff like that. So go and check it out. We also have a merch store. If you saw the show tonight and you thought to yourself, you know what? I need titty stuff all over my house, my body, my clothes, all this stuff. You can check out all the cool designs that we have to offer at tabletoptitties.threadless.com. Last but not least, make sure to follow us on social media at Tabletop Titties. And if you tweet using the hashtag TTTitties, you can get an NPC named after you. Not just tweet, just use the hashtag on all social media. We'll see it. We look for that stuff. It's all good. You can find all of this information on our website at tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's. See you later.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Whose fucking kid is that?
Who left their child here?
Oh,
Is
bye.
that a human child? Is that a vampire child?